Collection data for Queens is going to be released in just a few days, and this means that we are getting closer to see if our analysis paid off. Or if it flopped, of course. This lull between the vanilla mode release and the collection data is honestly one of the best times for new players to join up. Hey there, John Henry here, ssftg. Welcome to the video. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome my friend. I hope to earn your like and subscription today. After a city releases in vanilla mode, we have about a week to speculate and mint and swap and trade and sell properties to best fit our analysis and our goals. Once the collection data is released though, that's it. End of speculation. So how can a new player use this to their advantage? Well, the first thing is we have to establish our baseline that we're going to be starting at. Members who registered with my promo link start out in the game with 6,000 starting UPIX to get going, and I've already done a leveling guide going from 0 to Uplander for free, which I'll link in the corner for you, so that way you can go through and watch that if you missed it. But this guide is going to assume that you are already Uplander status currently. Not higher, because it's not going to work if you're pro status, it's got to be Uplander, and if you aren't, use that guide in the corner to get leveled up. If you go back to the video I did a couple days ago, going over the neighborhood by neighborhood analysis and breaking down things before the collection data is released, it goes over kind of the general pricing and what we expect to sell things for. Now, you can use a lot of tools for finding this data, but most folks use upixland.me to do their searches. Again, there are a lot of different tools out there to achieve this goal, but really we just need to find high value areas that still have mintable FSA properties available. That part's going to be key because, well, we need to be able to sell them, and we need them to be in important areas of high speculation. When they're in areas of high speculation, they're worth more, which again is important because FSA properties, you can only sell 2 a week. Now, 2 properties a week, that resets, I believe, at 12 a.m. on Monday UTC time, which is actually 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And that's totally fine because that's all we really need to get the ball rolling here, because we're going to be focusing in on high value areas with high speculation ahead of the collection release. Now remember, you can mint as many FSA properties as you want so long as you're not pro level or higher, but you can only sell 2 per week, and until you're Uplander status, you can't even sell any. So make sure, and that's why it's so important to be an Uplander for this guide, because this is going to be talking about selling properties. Another note, once you level to pro or higher, you won't be able to mint FSA properties anymore at all, so be careful to get your fill in time. So again, the goal is to hunt for areas that have a good FSA property availability, or at least a good pricing on those FSA properties. And the cheaper the mint, the better, because the cheaper we can get it to go, the more properties we can stack in. Jamaica Estates is a fantastic example of this, where if we look under Queens, Jamaica Estates, unlocked properties, meaning that they are mintable, and we are only looking at FSA properties, they have properties available for a mint cost of $3,477. Now, the reason that's so cool is because if we look at the secondary market for sale and UPIX, right, all different variations, doesn't matter, we're just sorting by the sale price to see what the floor price is in Jamaica Estates. And if we do a search, we can see the floor price here is $9,999. So effectively, you're minting something at around 3,500 UPIX, and you're able to flip it at 10,000, 3xing yourself right out of the gates. Now, one thing that we need to make sure as a caveat, or an insurance plan, if you will, is that our mint pricing that we're minting is also under the general floor of all of Queens. We don't want to be left holding a bag of something that ends up not being a collection. The speculation completely dies and the prices tank. We don't want to deal with that. So if we look at the pricing of all of Queens, we can see that that's $5,264, and the mint cost we were just looking at is $3,500 basically. That's still underneath where we want it to be. Perfect for the insurance side of things to make sure that we're covered if it doesn't land in the speculation area and it doesn't sell. Now it's just a matter of grabbing the address, which my head might be blocking. Oh, nope, it's not. We'll take the address here, and what we'll do is we'll go into the Upland metaverse right over here. We'll use the search feature and then paste that address in, and we'll head on over there. Now this should be an FSA property, so I myself am not going to be able to mint it, but it should be this guy right there, 3,477. That's the one that we're looking for. All you would need to do next is send to one of the properties that's next to this, mint them, or mint a couple if you can afford them, and then post them on the secondary market for like 3x. So let's go down the rabbit hole a second on both sides of things to make sure that we know what our insurance plan is as well as our game plan for something like this. Let's say that you were only able to afford to mint one property in Jamaica Estates. Totally fine, that works for this. So you mint the one at $3,477. After that, you list it for sale, and we want to get it under the floor so that it flips, right? We want it to sell a little bit quicker to get that UPX flow going. So we listed it at $9,000. Right now, that's still basically around 3x or a little under 3x there. And, overall, the pricing is really, really good. Let's say somebody buys it at $9,000. You get, that minus the 5%. And now you can go and you can buy two more properties at $3,500 and sell those. And then if those sell for, let's say you sell them for $9,200 and $9,250. That way we can kind of keep that floor creeping up. We don't look like we're trying to bottom it out. Rising floor, so to speak. And if those sell, you've got another $18,000. You just keep rinse and repeating that over and over and over again. But of course, there is the insurance aspect side of things. What if it doesn't sell, right? So let's look at the insurance route as well. And let's say for some reason the property just doesn't sell. The one that you minted doesn't sell in the secondary market. Collections come out and it lands that it's not in a collection area. All the speculation value totally dies out and everybody wants to dump their properties. And a lot of people who minted the larger ones in hopes of a collection might even have to sell at a really low price to offload them faster since everybody else is going to be doing the same thing. So with that in mind, remember, we took into account the overall floor price of all of Queens, not just this area, which was at around 5,000, what was it, 5,200 or something like that, 5,400. So that's still a 30% ROI on our investment, even if we had to sell it at the floor and, everything fell apart, we didn't get collections, it's still a gain. That's what I'm talking about. I hope this guide shows you why there is such a huge opportunity for new players and why I'm so pumped about it. I know I can't use it, but I get excited whenever new players have a really, really easy way in to make a good chunk of UPX without a whole lot of effort. I'm a big fan of bringing those guides to you. And as long as you're leveled up to an Uplander status and you can sell properties, new city releases, whether it's Queens or anything else, between the collection release, assuming that it launches in vanilla mode, that is an absolute money pot for FSA property minters because, really, you're 3xing all of these hype areas, and even if it doesn't work, you're still getting 30%. It's crazy. Now, of course, if you aren't in Upland yet, make sure to click the promo link in the description or head over to discover.upland.me/ssftg to get going with your 6,000 UPX starting out. Another cool aspect is if you decide to invest some cash into the game, you get a bonus of 50% on your first purchase of UPX within the game, up to a cap of 50,000. So there's a whole lot of perks that you don't want to miss. And real quick, before we duck out, I wanted to do a Street View submission. Thank you so much, Monkey King, for posting this one. There was a two-part comment on this one, but they're separate. I only have the Street View address posted on here. But this is going over an ice cream shop that he was able to pick up. We were talking about in one of the videos in Queens. I was able to mint my own ice cream shop. I was really excited about it. And this is his. So let's take a look here and let's see what this is all about. Ice cream. Oh, are we in the parking lot? This looks like the back side of it. Yep, there it is. Okay, so Carvel, America's freshest ice cream and ice cream cakes. I love it. I tell you what, there's nothing better than a good ice cream shop. Does this have one of the front things? Oh, no, go back. Let's go to the front. Do they have the front area that you can go out? I was going to say, some of my favorites, and they're kind of hard to find these days, but those ice cream shops that are like this, but they have that window in the front that you can just, you get this huge line that congregates out in the front during the summer. I always love those. Those are the memories of the childhood, Really, really cool. Awesome grab on the ice cream shop. That's going to do it for this one. If you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas for new videos, an epic Street View submission that you would like to get posted in, yours might be in the next video, or anything else, drop them in the comments below. I always love hearing from you all. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, we'll see you all in the metaverse. Bye.